Hello everybody, my name is Gwen. But today I'm going to be talking about the tail end. Well, did you ever imagine what will happen in your life? Imagine the average lifetime of a person is about 18 years. 80 years. And if you have that lifetime, then it's going to be really outstanding. And it's even better if you have from 90 to 100, and that's really cool, right? But imagine if you just have 80 years to live. You have about 4,100 years, 100 weeks to stay on the earth. You spent all of that in your lifetime. If there's no accident that happened to you that make you die, then you spend the first 1,000 weeks or 2,000 years for being a kid or a teenager, or for more clearly, you spend about 600 weeks for being a kid and 400 weeks for being a teenager. And you know that's a really long time, right? And in this first time, yourself was like not really useful. You didn't know how to do anything to the society. And in that time, you're just a usual kid like everybody. And you're gonna be just really usual like anyone. And you usually won't have a lot of choices for your life, right? You spend another 2,000 weeks or 2,000 weeks or 45 years just to work, okay? And the people worked a lot that they could continue to work until they can't. A lot of people spent their time to work until they were about 60s, in the age of 60. So I'm gonna put it to 45 years. Remember, this is just an average, right? And if your life have any changes, then it's gonna be a little bit different, right? And in the last 1,100 weeks, you can rest. In that time, you were in a young old age, or I must say, in that time, you are from 65 to 80, and that is the dangerous time, where you can die at any time, any place, any part, any reason. And it's approximately the time that you are for being a kid. It's just an estimation, okay? But what happened to the tail end? Imagine you like that. Usually when you're being a kid and a teenager, you would probably spend 800 years to be with your parents, right? Because in the next years, you could, when you're like 18, you can move to study in a university or in a college, right? Or if you're a person who's like a mama girl or mama boy, then in that time you're gonna be like more at home, right? Even when you are graduated or something. And in the year of 25 years old, in that time you start to learn for a bigger degree or start to work. And in that time, it differs from different person too. Different person do different jobs, and different jobs lead them to different lives, right? You spend a lot of different things than each other, and your work could be different too. Like if you're a doctor, then you could do it for a really long time. But if you're just like a volunteer, and you can do it for a short time in a place, and you have to change continuously, right? And if you are just a person who works as a cashier, then it will be really easy for you to be kicked out sometimes in your life, right? So it differs too. And then the last 1,100 weeks, you can have two choices or a lot of choices. You can stay at home and rest with your grandson and with your son and with your grandchildren and your children's, right? You can also try to work a little bit, like having a small farm to raise, right? Or you could do lots of things, such as traveling, enjoying life, reading the books that you've never read, and buy the jewelry that you want. Anything for you, right? Because in the past year, you've grown so much and worked so much. So probably you have a saving, right? Well, in those years, you can rest and do anything you want, and that's a really amazing year. But did you ever think about the tail end? Your mother or your parents probably was born in a really young age than you. And usually they differ from you like 20 years old, right? And in that time, probably they would die sooner than you. They would pass sooner than you. And that would be something as a tail end. A tail end is when you're facing somebody who's missing in your life, when you're still in your life. Do you understand me? Like, imagine losing the person that you love and losing the person that you care. It also is a really bad thing in the tail end, right? The tail end just happened in a really confusing way. And I must say that you're not going to be like living in the full 80 years without any problem, right? You die not just because you can just live in that time, but you die because an accident, because your health problem, and because whatever, right? So it could be really easy for you in the age from 65 to 18 years old or to older to easily get an accident. Like when you're 7, you could get drowned by water. When you're 12, you could fall from your bicycle. When you are 25, you could be in a driving accident. When you're 22, you can maybe killed by some kinds of serious health problems such as cancer or something. When you're 50 or more, you can easily fall and die. And when you're older and more, then you'll get serious health starting to kill you slowly. And you're going to be dying at any place, in any part. So don't just imagine, like someone says, you have 18 years to live. It doesn't mean that you live in the full exact 18 years. But you can grow older, right? But it matters that you also can pass out by different accidents and by different things that happens in your life. It's just like destiny. Always roll a dice for your life. And whenever your dice is in the red part, then probably you're going to have an accident. And I must say, the tail end is really an amazing thing to study about, but also it's something that needs to study more. But let's just say that that's the lifetime of a person, and try to expand what do you want to do. Not just sleeping, waking, working, resting, and playing. But do more. Adventure, searching, finding a partner, and you can do anything to make your life better and healthier too. So why not? See you next time.